All right, so I've been on a bit of a motivation streak at the moment. I'm very motivated by motivation. And what I've got today is just a bit of an insight into two different types of motivation, and starting to get you to ask the question of, are your clients doing things because they want to or because they have to? Now, this could be in regards to the habits that they're doing and the behaviors they're doing, but also for their overarching goals as well. Now, when assessing your client's motivation, there are two really key things to think about. Firstly, is it's about the quality, not the quantity. Often clients say things like, I don't have enough motivation, but it's not about the amount, it's actually about the type of motivation that's the most important thing. And then we go into, is it a controlled or is it an autonomous type of motivation? And it used to be, seen as extrinsic versus intrinsic, but this style of thinking is autonomous or controlled. Okay. And again, the autonomous is better than the control type of motivation. Now, controlled motivation is when a client says something like, I have to do this, I have to lose weight, I have to go to the gym, okay? Or I'm doing my 10K steps because my coach says that I have to do this, okay? Now, this type of motivation, it might work in the short term, but it tends to lead to poor well-being, okay? So not a really great position for the clients to be in. Plus, as soon as they achieve the goal, they're going to stop doing the behavior. So if you only do something for an outcome, once the outcome's achieved, you stop doing the behavior. All right. So that doesn't go a very long way in regards to maintaining someone's results, right? Now, what we want to shift it towards is this autonomous type of motivation. So when a client says, I want to improve my health, it's part of who I am. Exercising and eating protein and plants is part of who I am, okay? Because this leads to longer term participation in the behavior, okay? They're going to do it for far longer than just when they achieve the goal, right? They've lost 5 kilos, so they're going to continue to do these things, right? It leads to greater client well-being, which is very, very important for a client's overall health and deep health, which we like to focus a lot on rather than just the physical. But it also helps the clients continue when things get hard, okay? They are more resilient, okay? They can push past the tough times and the slip-ups, and they can show a bit of fortitude. So what we want to do as coaches is help the clients find autonomous forms of motivation, okay, rather than the controlled ones. And please, please, please do not make them do something that they don't want to do, okay? Don't make them track their calories. Don't even make them eat fruit. Don't make them exercise. If they don't want to do these things, do not make them do it, okay? Because they'll only do it for a certain amount of time, and it won't lead to very great outcomes if we also factor in client well-being. Okay, so refer back to the golden behavior criteria that I always talk about. Can they do it? Is it worth it? Does it work? And do they want to do it? If you are the controlling source of motivation, that is a massive, massive red flag. Okay, if a client's doing something only because you want them to do it or because you tell them to do it, that is not a sign of a very good coach. That's a coach-centered coach, not a client-centered coach. And how do we work out these autonomous types of motivation, or how do we get to that point? Okay, well, there's three things we can factor in. Is it important to them as a person? Is it part of their identity and the person they want to become? And then is it that intrinsic type of motivation? Is it coming from within? Okay, and is it interesting to them as well? And what you can do is ask them about their goals and their habits. Okay, is this being controlled by others? Okay, by the people around you, by society? Okay, or do you feel like you have to do a certain behavior or achieve a certain goal? Or does it come from within, and do you actually want to do it? Okay, again, that's the most important thing we can do for our clients, is help them find that autonomous type of motivation. So those are a few questions that you can start to work through with your clients, okay? And just ask them, are these things from within? Do you feel like you want to do them, or do you feel like you have to do them, okay? And if they say things like, I have to do this, okay, let's try and challenge those thoughts, and let's find some things that are linked to their values and the things that they actually want to do, and the person, and a link to the person they want to become.